let you in on a secret. I have a stalker. Not the kind you call the police for, the kind you call therapy for. You might have met her too. Her name is Sabrina. Well, her real name is Judgment. When I wanted to wear jeans under my dresses, answer a question in class, or take part in a singing talent hunt show, knowing very well I couldn't sing, but hey, I was optimistic. Wherever I was, Sabrina, my judgment, whispered like an annoying mosquito. What are you doing, Zoya? Hi, I'm Zoya Parvez. And yes, I sang in that singing talent hunt show anyways. I won, is something I wish I could say, but I didn't. My best friend did. Yikes. Anyways, back to my introduction. Where was I? Right, I'm Zoya, just a girl who's been followed around by Sabrina. Uh, Being an army brat, I move around a lot. That means more introductions. God, we really love those, don't we? Well, one sentence you'd find common in them was, I also play tennis. I was initially forced into tennis. At first, I hated it. I was bad, like objectively bad. My racket and ball were in what I'd call a long distance relationship. And then one day, the ball hit me in the eye. Not the ground, not the racket, my eye. In a few months, though, something changed. I got good, like actually good. Suddenly, I was Sir's favorite. People fought to have me on their team, which was new because earlier people fought to avoid me. But more importantly, I started to enjoy tennis. The court became my comfort place. My worries faded, anxieties quieted, and even Sabrina went silent. Life felt easy. I should have taken that as warning enough it was about to go horribly wrong. I was away for a bit and couldn't practice. Sabrina, my judgment, took this as an invitation to return, fully recharged. My phone takes longer to charge than she does. What if I wasn't as good, or I disappointed people, or I wasn't that girl anymore? Needless to say, I started to avoid practice, as that is much easier than being bad at it. And when I finally returned, surprise! I wasn't great. It makes sense. I hadn't played in weeks. I could get better, if only I tried. But Sabrina didn't care about logic. She told me to just quit. I wasn't good enough anymore. And my naive sixth grade self listened. Instead of being consistent, I became self-conscious. My anxieties only festered on the court. So I stopped trying, stopped enjoying, stopped tennis. And slowly, Sabrina, my judgment, expanded. I've begun to notice her uncanny resemblance to Vecna from Stranger Things. I stopped singing, answering in class, dancing, even alone. I couldn't say whatever the heaven anymore. That sounds so weird, right? I felt like Lara Jean into All the Boys I've Loved Before when her letters got leaked. Helpless. I was compressing myself into a box too small for my passions, into someone easier to judge. I was editing myself for a highlight reel that no one even asked for. Sabrina was a mean girl, and I was Katie. One day, I realized what I had become: a vanilla ice cream. Widely accepted, basic, bland, and dull. Nothing about me felt bejeweled anymore. But here's the plot twist: no one actually cared. No one cared if about my off-key voice, if I was good at tennis, or if I wore jeans under my dresses. Everyone was too busy worrying about their own flaws, their own highlight reels, their own Sabrinas. So then, why was I letting mine ruin my life? Now here I stand, correcting my previous words. Sabrina, my stalker person, isn't judgment itself. She is the fear of judgment. It wasn't judgment that led to my light dimming, it was the anxiety of it. If I didn't let this fear go, I'd be saying bye to all the opportunities that would ever come my way. This fear, it was costing me my life. But Taylor Swift said, "Sticks and stones never broke my bones." And so, in my new posting, Vadodara, I joined a tennis coaching again. I was not good at all. Hell, I was so bad they put me in the kids' batch. But that didn't matter, I had tried. I hadn't listened to Sabrina. Some wins, some losses. However, I started answering in class again. Started dancing like nobody was watching, because nobody actually was. Started saying whatever the heaven I wanted to, which, by the way, does sound weird, but it's my kind of weird. When Sabrina turned her head up to prod about how student council selections were a bad idea, I shut her up and went anyways. This time, unlike the singing competition, the win was mine. Plot twist: ignoring your inner critic actually works. However, I still didn't play tennis or wear jeans under my dresses. As I said, some wins, some losses. But I also hosted an episode of my school's podcast, went to several spell bees, and went to MUNs. Sabrina didn't disappear. She still remained. But she just didn't hold enough control over my life to stop me from truly living it. Dramatic? Kind of. But true? Absolutely. We all have our own Sabrinas, our own fears. But she's the type of person you need to kill off and forget. Sabrina isn't always short and sweet like Sabrina Carpenter is. You might think that your Sabrina, your fear of judgment, is protecting you, but she is only limiting you from all that you could ever achieve without her. You might be the next Beyonce if it wasn't for her. Fear of judgment, moreover, blocks you from truly living life. She would make you like vanilla ice cream when we all know cotton candy is so much better. You live to the fullest by dancing in the rain, going on spontaneous trips, wearing weird outfits, and loving every second of it. Your Sabrina wouldn't let you do that. Judgment will forever exist. The fear of it doesn't have to. Being cringe is being free. Are we all really willing to sacrifice our freedom, our one shot at life, our limited time, to fall victim to this fear, to a Sabrina? I'll answer that for you. No, we are not. And no, we shouldn't be. As I opened a Word document to write my first draft, I noticed Sabrina's head swiveling again. All I could think of was cotton candy, talent shows, and jeans. Strange how this time her voice was only a whisper. To end this, I'd like to quote Taylor Swift in Bejeweled. Best believe I'm still bejeweled. When I walk in the room, I can still make the whole place shimmer. Sabrina told me not to sing this, but we don't really listen to her nowadays. Thank you.